Hey everyone, so today let's talk about a true digital legend, Notepad. You know it, you love it. For decades, it's been the one place you could go for pure simplicity. But now, Microsoft is planning a huge overhaul, and it's got a lot of us asking, is Notepad about to lose the very thing that made it special? Let's get into it.
You know, for as long as I can remember using a computer, this question had the easiest answer in the world. What's Notepad for? Well, it's for text. That's it. Just plain, simple text, the digital version of a blank piece of paper. But now, that simple answer, it's getting a whole lot more complicated.
I've always thought of Notepad as the anti-word processor. It's this humble little hero that saves you from all the noise, the fonts, the margins, the formatting. Its whole purpose, its entire reason for existing, was to give you a clean slate for text and to do it instantly. No loading, no feature overload, just boom, you're typing.
And really, these aren't just features. They're more like superpowers, right? It starts up in a blink, it strips away all the formatting junk when you paste something in, and it's just this perfect temporary home for a quick thought, a password you just made, or a little bit of code. It's the ultimate digital sticky note, and that's its magic.
Okay, but all of that is about to change. See, Microsoft has a totally new vision for Notepad, and it involves a pretty massive overhaul. We're about to watch our champion of simplicity get a very complex makeover, and it starts with something that really goes against its whole philosophy.
So, the first big new thing on the list is native table support. Yeah, you heard that right, actual structured tables inside the king of plain text. Now look, for anyone who's ever spent ages trying to line up columns with a spacebar, I get it, this might sound pretty good at first.
And what we're seeing here is a huge shift. I mean, on the one hand, you've got the classic Notepad way, right? Mashing the spacebar and tab key to make it look like you have columns. It's a pain, but it's pure text. And on the other hand, we have the new way, using Markdown to create a real structured table. It's definitely cleaner, but is it really Notepad anymore?
And of course, you can't have a software update these days without a big ol' serving of AI. Microsoft is taking the AI features that are already kind of a Notepad and giving them a boost, trying to make them feel way faster and more integrated.
So here's how it's supposed to work. You can highlight some text and tell the AI to, rewrite it or summarize it for you. But instead of you waiting for a whole block of text to just pop up, this new streaming thing generates the answer word by word. The idea is to make the AI feel way more responsive, like it's writing with you.
But yeah, there's a catch. Actually, there are a couple of big ones. First, to use any of this AI stuff, you have to be signed into a Microsoft account. That just feels wrong for Notepad, which has always been this simple offline tool. And that super fast streaming feature? Well, that's only for people who buy one of those brand new expensive Copilot Plus PCs.
And all of this leads us to what you could call the WordPad paradox, because as Microsoft keeps adding all these new features, you get the feeling they're forgetting something really important from their own recent past. Is Notepad basically turning into the exact thing it was never supposed to be?
There's a quote from our source material that just hits the nail on the head. It says, "People didn't use it for features, it's used to get away from features." And that's it, right? Notepad's whole value wasn't about what it could do. It was about everything it didn't do. It was our escape from all the complexity.
I mean, the irony here is just wow. At the very same time that Microsoft is adding toolbars and formatting features to Notepad, it has officially killed off WordPad, the app that was designed to be that simple word processor. It's like they're rebuilding WordPad, but they're doing it inside Notepad's body. And when you put them side by side, you just can't deny it. Basic formatting, toolbars, yep, both have them now. But get this. The new Notepad is actually becoming more complex than WordPad ever was, with stuff like table support and AI. It's not just replacing WordPad, it's becoming WordPad on steroids.
So, this brings us to the big question. Are all these new things a feature, or are they a fundamental flaw? Is Microsoft actually improving a classic tool, or are they just changing its purpose so much that it loses everything that made it great in the first place?
And that's really the core criticism here, right? By cramming more and more functionality into this app, it really feels like Microsoft is missing the whole point of why we've all relied on it for decades. It was supposed to be the one guaranteed simple place in a super complicated digital world.
And, the potential downsides here are pretty real. First, you've got software bloat. More features means more complexity. Then there's performance. That instant startup that we all love and expect, that could easily become a thing of the past. And finally, reliability. Ask any programmer. More code and more complexity usually means more bugs.
So, this all leads us to our last thought, and it's a big one. Is this really just a software update, or is it something more? With tables and AI and account sign-ins, is Notepad actually in danger of losing its soul?
But look, this story isn't over. Right now, Microsoft is testing these changes, and they are actively asking for feedback in their Feedback Hub. So if you feel strongly about this, one way or the other, now is absolutely the time to make your voice heard. The future of this simple little app might actually depend on it. Thanks for tuning in.